everyone and welcome to Flosstube number 29. Yes, this is 29. Last week was 28. I know I said it all wrong, but today is 29. Today I have fully finished objects. I have finished, no, not fully finished. I have finished objects. I have works in progress, and I have some haul. I have some little store. Oh, not so much store, but more I have finished stuff that I want to show you that will be in the store in the future. And also I will tell you all about the craziness of the past 2.5 weeks that are finally done. And I can talk about it. So let's get started. But before that, if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for returning. It warms my heart that you want to spend some time with me. Thank you. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Marika. I hope you're gonna like this content and want to stay. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. I come from Stockholm, Sweden, where I live with my boyfriend and my 2 cats, and this channel is mostly about cross stitching. We also have one more thing today, and that is, of course, we're gonna talk about all of those nice people that I'm watching and that I thought maybe you want to hear about. So the first one is Lost in Stitches. She's super sweet girl. I've heard that she's been a very active participation in like comment section and stuff, but she finally made her own channel here a little while ago. She's super sweet. She does a lot of really nice videos. She does a lot of nice cross stitching, so you should really go and look at her. The second one is made by McGraw. I need my book. I need my book. Where's my book? Here's my book. Sorry for that. Made by Michelle McGraw. I knew that there was an M there. She is wonderful. She does a lot of like small ornament stuff. She does a lot of ornament, and she also have like this salon where she's gonna do 52 ornaments throughout the year. So basically 1 ornament a week. Really enjoy her content. The third one is really not a Flosstuber per se. It's Laura Cameron. She does a knitting and spinning podcast kind of a video. She's got really nice content, so I'm gonna link her down if you like knitting and spinning. I also heard she's dipping her feet into quilting, but haven't taken it to YouTube yet. It's just on Instagram, but you never know. You never know with us YouTubers. But yeah, let's get started with our finished objects. So the first finished object is of course the Arctic Friends. Foxy Flosco, is that her name? Again, I need my book because I am confused. No, I've been actually trying to record this for very long. Flossy Fox Shop. That was actually the word. Flossy Fox Shop. She's done this. This is stitched on 18 count hand-dyed Aida by Chromatic Alchemy. It is one of those like one-off pieces, but you might find something similar in her shop. It is stitched with the DMC, and this is one of the projects from the Earth Day fundraiser. So if you like this, head over to, I'm gonna link in the description down below to the Earth Day, the Stitches Collective Earth Day fundraiser. If you give money to, I always kind of forget the word, but give money to one of 5 charities, and then you just upload your receipt from that, they will send you 31 cross stitch and black work patterns, and this was the first one I stitched. Isn't it adorable? I have some hoops coming in the mail, so probably not next week, but I want to make these. And this one, which is my second finish, this is Rainbow Animals. This is a cute little horsey from the Rainbow Animals. The design is by Stitchrovia, but the pattern was in the World of Cross Stitching magazine 232, which is actually one of the magazines I have as a paper copy, and also the magazine that got me back into stitching in the World of cross stitching magazine. This fabric is a 747 Aida and it's by DMC. I'm not super fond of the fabric itself because it's not that dense, it's fairly thin. The threads in the that makes up the fabric are a little bit thinner than, for example, Witchelt or zweigart. So the holes are a little bit bigger. It makes it a little bit easier to stitch, but you can kind of see some of the color of the fabric through the whites on the horsey. So I don't know, it wasn't super fun to stitch on, but I have a bit more of this fabric. This was actually in my haul, but I don't know where the rest of the fabric is right now because I started cleaning, and when I clean I forget where things are. You know, it's better just have a big mess where you know that in that pile under 4 of those projects, that's my fabric. Now I don't know where it is. Anyhow, it is stitched in the Charted DMC. And I'm gonna stitch the other 3 in the series, and I'm gonna use those hoops that are coming also to those 4 pieces. So those are all my finishes. Then we have all of my work in progress. So the first work in progress is the Hive Rules. I am stitching along with the PCS Hive Rules cross stitch group on Facebook. It is a stitch along. They have divided it up so you stitch 1 piece every month, and May's piece were the little bottom here. Let's see if I can get it into the picture, which is Mind Your Own Beeswax. So that is done. So now I have done 3 parts. I am putting this away until June because I have a lot of other projects that I want to stitch, you know, as always. Then I have my little other work in progress that I've been working on. This is like the project where I just spend my time stitching backwards, you know. Stitch a couple hundred stitches, remove a couple of hundred stitches, and it's still going on. I don't know if it's something with the pattern, or it is that I don't have the concentration, or what it is. It's been a fairly stressful week. So yeah, no, this is where it is. I have stitched, I finished this apple, and then I did the text, the whole chai drink, and I also done the text up here and this part of the border. Yeah, and the bottom part of the border. So those are the things I have done with it. I think I have calculated completely wrong on this fabric, but hey, we're just stitching on it. And that was all my stitching this week. I do have a little bit of haul, so let's jump into haul. So to start off with, I have bought a whole bunch of variegated threads. So I am super excited to just play around with variegated threads because they were super fun to play around with last week. So I picked up some more. These are the pure variegated, so these are more like what you would call an over dye, where you have just a range of basically the same tones but a little bit variegated. These are all DMC, and then DMC also have, and these all numbers are from I think 50 up to like 120. Some yeah, this one is 121, and I think that is the last color. So those are just a plain variegation. They have the same kind of tone to them. They're just different if they're lighter or darker. And then they have the DMC color variegations which are variegated in color. So you have multiple colors going from one to another throughout, and I picked up 4 of those. So yeah, those were all my threads. I did pick up the beads for my project, the cozy coffee also. The last thing I picked up was a lot of fabric, so let me show that to you. They're a little bit heavy. The fabrics are not cross-stitch fabrics, they are quilting fabrics, and they are going to be in future bags. So these are more like for the business than me, but I'm probably gonna steal a bag or 2 out of this. So the first 2 I'm gonna show you them in their kind of coordination. I thought that green in that has the green in this rose. These are just adorable foxes. I like foxes, these are adorable. I have about a yard, it's a little bit longer of a yard, it's a meter of these fabrics, so I should be able to do like 2 or 3 bags out of each. I don't know, we'll see. The next, it's upside down, is this cute, like I really love this sage color, it's just beautiful. So I have the little pandas and bears, and then I have a coordinate fabric to like have on the inside or as the borders. Then I have a kitty cat fabric. You're so adorable, and I picked up this gray even though they're not fully, I think some of the dots have this yellow in it, so I thought they would work together fairly good. And I'm gonna finish that off with this pink in the same as the green, so that is, they have the same tonals as the bunnies that I made my own stitching bag for. I put these down on the place where my cat lies because I'm stupid. But I do have rollers, and I'm gonna roll the fabric and roll everything because I also have some other things to show you. I have finished my sewing bags. So life ended up being fairly busy this week. But yes, I finished these. So these are the 3 bags that are going to go up in my store. I did decide to add something to them, so that is why they're not in my store yet. So the first thing I have is a sheep bag with a pink, which has like a silver splatter on the inside, and a pink zipper. I think it's adorable, and it has a rainbow binding. Those are just so sweet. And then I have 2 of these, which are the little cute little Easter chicks, I think. And so I should have gotten this out by Easter, and I never did. I will have time now. I will have time for a while. And it has silver on the inside. So I have so far 3 of these bags, so I'm probably going to sell these 3 and then start a new batch and then sell those. I also have these, and this isn't fully finished because it's gonna have little like click buttons, but it is a thread keep with a little space for needles. So I have a little thread keep like this, so basically you can put your ends and odds and ends backwards on here, and the felt will make it kind of stick a little bit. I usually just put my needle, I have something similar that I made, and I just put the needle in a corner, but I have discovered that all the threads sometimes hide the needles, so I decided to give it a little flippy flop flap for that. And this is just felt, so if you feel the flippy flop flap is too big, you can always just cut it down a little bit. It is a 4x4 inch little booklet, and I thought that would be super adorable, and I decided to make 1 for each, so when they are listed in store, they will be listed with this and this together, so they will be a little set. So yes, I haven't finished the other 2 of these. I still have the binding to sew on those, so that is why I haven't done everything yet. But yes, that was that was actually all for anything sewing and stitching and everything. So if you are not interested in the chaos that is my life, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. I hope you have an awesome week full of stitchiness, goodness. But if you want to hear all about my crazy life, let's move in a little bit, and I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so let's do this so the camera doesn't die on me again. life has been very, very chaotic for the past 2.5 weeks, and I'm finally at a place where I'm feeling like I have 2 feet on the ground. The first thing was the HPV, the abnormal cells, the scare of cervical cancer. And I have been talking to my new doctor, and she, my new gynecologist, she felt that, well, we have had a hard time taking tests on you, so and I told her why. It has to do with pain and all of these fun stuff, and she's like, why haven't you ever been put under for this? And I'm like, yeah, why haven't I? So I am going to, I don't know when, it kind of all depends on when they can set me up. Maybe already this weekend, we'll see. I will go to a hospital and I will be put under while they take biopsies to see what is going on. Hopefully it's just abnormal cells and that they can remove them. I also have the HPV, and she had hopefully a solution. So previously HPV, there is a vaccine. However, in Sweden you only get it when you are young, and the consensus has been previously that it will only make you fight off the HPV if you haven't had it already. In my case, I have had it since 2012, it just doesn't go away. But the new thing, they have found out that maybe it actually can kill what you already have, or at least make you not susceptible for all of the variants. So I actually went and had my first vaccination for that today. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg because it's so far not under the free medical care that we get here, or the almost free medical care we get here. I have to pay for this myself, but I am happily, it's a lot of money, but I'm kind of happily doing it anyhow because I want to get rid of this. Really want to get rid of this. So now we have 2 roads and we are moving forward, and as long as we are moving forward, I feel happy about it and we can solve it. So yes, that is the HPV story, and I have to deal with that. And the Monday after I found out that I had HPV and abnormal cells, that was before I met the doctor, I got the results of my HPV tests because I can go in and check them online, and I did and saw what was happening. And I also found out that I got a time with the doctor, but I got that on Friday. On the Monday, directly after, we had a town hall at my company, and they said, hey, we are going to need to remove X amount of people from the company because money. And I'm like, I don't need this right now. Definitely don't need this right now. And then on the Tuesday, I found out that I was one of them. Swedish has a lot of employment rules, very strict employment rules. It's very, very hard to fire people, even when it is for economical reasons. So they have a lot of like hoops they need to jump through. For example, if you've been longer with the company, they need to do like a ranked list. The list is ranked based on when you signed on for the company. There's also if you're older than a certain amount of time, you will be put at the furthest away on the list, because they're like, if you have hired someone and they have worked for you for 20 years, you're keeping that person. I'm not gonna swear. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to be very PG-13 here, but you're keeping that person. That's just how it is. And in my case, I would be on the ranked list. I'm a little bit further away, so ranked list wise, I don't really get to be the one who get thrown out. But I kind of knew already that I was on the shopping block. I was aware that this would be happening. We're not going to go into details why, because they didn't say. I know why they can't say, and we're gonna keep it at that. Anyhow, so when they told me, I knew that they would have two possibilities. One be to have to give me another position, because it's not me who gets fired, it is my position that is removed, and then they need to find another position within the company, and usually they find that, but they will also give you a deal. And that deal is basically, if you take this deal, which has a lot of different things in it, I cannot tell you the deal. That is an NDA. I signed the deal, so I can't tell you what it entails. But like, if you look at it from a outer perspective, some of the things that a deal can have is extra money. If you will have a notice period. My notice period is 3 months, and you can get a lot of perks on like not having to work your period, being paid even if you start a new workplace, stuff like that. You can also get money, extra money on top of this. So there's a lot of different perks you can get if you sign the deal. And what happens is that you choose to leave on your own volition. So any of the protections that you would get if you would get fired are mute. I can't go back to the company and say, hey, you tried to fire me, you need to do this and this and that. No, I sign a contract that says I am leaving on my own volition, so those things doesn't belong to me, but I get this instead. And I chose the deal. I knew when I found out that my position was removed, I knew I would take the deal. I went into the meeting with, if they are giving me this, I will counter with that and we'll meet in the middle. And then they gave me the middle, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not even going to try, or I don't have the energy for this. I'm just gonna take the middle, because that was what I thought I would get. So yeah, that was what I wanted to get. So I this Monday morning I signed, or Monday afternoon I signed the contract, and 2 hours later I left the company. I had given back all of the electronics and equipment and everything, and I'm no longer officially their employee. Well, in 3 months. But almost, yeah. Anyhow, I have left the company. So that has been stressful, because I need a new job. In the beginning I was like toying with the idea to like, yay, let's go business full time. But to be honest, the money isn't there yet, and there's a lot of work that needs to be put in there. I'm gonna try to do that throughout these 6 weeks that I have off that is coming. So this past week I actually did have Tuesday to Sunday also free, but I've done a lot of other things, so I haven't really had time. But on Monday, here after this weekend, I am going to go full force into my store. I'm still gonna have time to be out in the sun and walk long things, but I also want to get my store up and running properly. Anyhow, I found out on the Tuesday that I was going to be removed. On the Wednesday, or my position was going to be removed. On the Wednesday, I actually called a former engineering manager of mine. I had been a consultant working at this company. I really enjoyed it. I didn't want to work as a consultant for them. I wanted to work as an employee for them. So I contacted them and said, hi, I am going to leave my company, and I'm wondering if you might have something for me. And it's like, yeah, not consulting. No, I want to be an employee. Oh, an employee. We have multiple jobs for you. And I'm so happy that that was the response I got. I'm really happy that they actually really liked the work I did for them. I worked for them for 1 year and 9 months, and they really enjoyed that work, and they really wanted me to come back. They actually told me when I finished that, remember, there's always a place for you here. And I really like the company. I really like they take equality to a whole other level. There's a lot of IT companies that talk about equality, that want to bring in more females because it's better to have more females and it's cool with equality. This company, it takes it all the way. Like, you can be whatever rainbow color you want to be. You can be from whatever place. You can be whoever you are, who you love, who you feel that you are welcome. And that, I think, is awesome. They have like this big kind of code of conduct that really talks about these things. And I'm like, yeah, this is a place I want to work for. So I'm really happy to say that I did interview for one role. It wasn't certain that I would get that role because I'm not fully qualified for it. I have a piece of it, but I don't have it as a whole. However, they also felt that they have been trying to find a role, this role, and have found that people are either what I am and have no interest in the other part, or they are the other part and have no interest in what I am. I'm really interesting to go towards, I'm not gonna be this, I'm gonna work in app development. I never really worked in app development. I've taken a course in app development for iOS. I was like going to learn iOS and be an iOS developer. I'm already, like, I am a engineer. I'm not going to bore you with all of the details, but I am a software developer. I've done this for 15 years. I work both like back-end databases, APIs, stuff like that. But I also worked like what you see on a website, so visuals on a website. But I never taken that step into working with actually phones and applications. Did work for a while with like TV boxes, like a Roku? Is that that's an American thing. Boxer is a Swedish thing. Like those kind of little boxes that you get all your TV things, TV channels out of. I actually worked on those kind of things to make for smart TVs and smart boxes. So I've done that, but I've never done it on a phone. So now I'm gonna do it on a phone, and I'm really happy because this is actually something I've been wanting to do. So I'm gonna be able to do it, and I'm super like, it's gonna be so fun to work. But I'm not starting until the last week in June. I am actually taking over 6 weeks off because I can. And for me, it is important to actually reset this time. I've been working for 15 years. I think this is the 9th company that I work for. And I never had real vacation in between jobs. I always ended one, starting the other one like 1 or 2 days later. Or I have been in I know that I had one workplace where I had like a month, but that was a very stressful month. I don't think it was until the last week that I knew that I had a new job. So this time I have everything signed, everything done, and I'm just gonna do fun stuff for 6 weeks. Fun stuff for 6 weeks. So I'm really enjoying this. Really looking forward to it. It's been really stressful because I didn't sign until Monday. I signed both of the contracts on Monday, and then I just been social bunny. I have met up with friend. I have one friend I met up with on Tuesday who is a colleague. I had a gift for him, and I found out that he was also being terminated. I don't know all the facts around that. He hadn't had his meeting yet. And then Wednesday I was basically just totally exhausted because everything was coming after signing all of the contracts on Thursday, which was yesterday, I met up with another friend. I also walked over 12k because I went to my doctor's appointment early in the morning, and then I knew like, yeah, but it's like a K or two down to the pen store where I can buy lovely pens and stuff. So I went down there. I waited in a coffee shop for like 15 minutes because nothing was open. I was hoping to get like McDonald's breakfast because I hadn't had breakfast yet. They didn't open until 10. The McDonald's that was closed didn't even have McDonald's breakfast. I'm super sad. Like, I love the potato thingies. They're my favorite. The hash browns are my favorite, and they didn't have them. So I just went to a bakery where I just had a latte because I don't eat baked goods. Anyhow, I then decided to walk to my friend, and that was supposed to be 40 minutes. I think it took me like 55, but that was okay. It was a lot of stairs, and it ended up being 11. I walked 11 floors and over 12k that day. So I'm pretty sore today, but I'm really good mood. I got a lot of color. I don't know if you can see it. I don't use like foundations and stuff because I have a lot of like fuzzy hairs, and if I use foundation, you can see that. But yeah, I got a lot of color. A lot of my freckles are coming out. No, super good mood. And I'm hoping to have a lot of long walks and a lot of sun for the next coming months. I will continue making videos, Flosstube videos. If you have any questions about anything, just shout out down below, or I'm gonna make sure that my email is always in my description. You can always send emails there if you have any questions that you don't want to shout out to the world. You know, I'm an open book. But yes, that was all for me today. Now before my camera dies again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope life is treating you kind, that you have a great week full of stitching, and I will see you next week. Bye!